gentlemen, welcome on into our Boulevard Home Game of the Week here on the Fan Sports Network. We're here at the hangar. Dixie High School as the Flyers get ready to take on the Pineview Panthers tonight. On the broadcast here, it's Paul Ratliff and Caden Formaster. Paul, how are we doing tonight? It's been a busy day for you.
It has. Very busy day for me, Caden, and we're ending it in the hangar tonight. Can't find a better place on a Wednesday night to catch a great Region 9 basketball game. I'm pumped up, buddy.
Absolutely. Now, again, I said you've been everywhere. We've had signing day today, so
yes.
A lot of different football players from around the region have signed on to move their talents to the next level. A lot of them sticking around right here in Southern Utah, whether they're going to Utah Tech or to SUU. Some are going on to bigger and better things elsewhere outside of Southern Utah area. But nevertheless, still definitely a fun time for these athletes as they're getting ready and excited to take it on to the next level.
Yeah, just got done with the Flyer signing day just a couple minutes ago. Jake Dombrowski, Kimo Lapati, and Jackson Barbin all signing to Utah Tech, SUU, and Utah State. So quite a good signing crew for them, and excited to see those guys go on. But we got a basketball game to get to tonight, Caden.
Yes, we do indeed. We got a big game here tonight between two teams that have, of course, Dixie is dominating this season, but you take a look back as well at what Pineview has been able to do. And sure, they've been a little up or down. Maybe some injuries in there have been kind of keeping them at bay, but they're a team that can compete. This Panther team is not going to let down, so should be a really fun one tonight. This game in the first matchup was a really good one. It kind of got into a fouling match towards the end, but
yes.
It really felt like anybody's game for the first 3.5 quarters.
Absolutely. And when you've got all the scores that are on this court tonight, Caden, we're going to see some fireworks. You talk about a 1,000-point scorer, Nash Schroeder, a guy that's getting there, almost touching 1,000 as well, and Griffin Shepard. So it's just on Pineview's side, there's a lot of ammunition, a lot of guys that can score the basketball, and then Dixie, the script writes itself. We know how good they are. They're undefeated in region play, and they're rolling. They're a well-oiled machine. These kids have been playing together since they were kids. So it's going to be an amazing matchup. And the coaching matchup as well with Coach Amico and Coach Roberts. It's going to be a chess match out there. I'm really excited.
Me too. I think this one, as you mentioned, the chess match. I like that. It is going to be a bit of a battle of wits sometimes when we have these matchups, these games. So with that said, let's take a look at what our coaches had to say about this matchup. We talked to both coaches. We'll start with the visiting Pineview Panthers. Coach Amico, caught up with him before the game. Here's what he had to say. Coach Amico, here we are playing against Dixie again. They got the best of you last time. What's changed between now and then?
Not a lot, because we haven't been home since we played them way back January 10th. It's been a month. So, no, just trying to grow, trying to continue to get better each day. I think the most that's changed was probably the closest to healthy we've been. Griff got hurt in that game. He really hasn't been the same since, and finally saw some pep in his step at practice the last 2 days, and which is good because we need Griff to come back. He's really kind of struggled the last few, but he's so banged up, and he doesn't want to come out. He's a senior. He still plays 32 minutes a game, and so that's probably the biggest thing. We're starting to get healthy, and that's good.
What's the plan here with containing both Roberts and Lemke? Roberts on the assist side, he's a great passer and facilitator, and then Lemke on the scoring side. Yeah,
the scoring side, so what we did, and we noticed watching films, Canyon kind of did the same thing the next time when they played him the very next game. Crimson did it the third time, is we're all right with Lemke going one-on-one. That's okay. If he goes for his 30-plus, we're good. Because where Dixie gets you is when they throw it in and they cut so well off Lemke, and then there's a double, and now he's kicking to open shooters, and now instead of Lemke and Roberts going, you have Brecken going, you have everyone rolling. And so we're all right if Lemke goes and gets his, but you're right. We've got to slow Jordy down in transition. He does a great job pushing the ball, and that's what we hope to do is just try to contain him in transition.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Let's coach Patrick Amico with the Pineview Panthers.
Yeah, had a lot of profound things I thought when that coach's interview, Caden, talking about Griffin Shepard being banged up. whenever he's not in the lineup, there's a definite downturn in point production, rebounds, just about every statistical category. As Griffin Shepard does lead the Panthers in three-point percentage at 42%, you need that guy to produce tonight in a big way for the Flyers, or for the Panthers, I'm sorry, excuse me.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we'll talk more in our keys to the game, kind of just about that and about some of these players for the Panthers, but let's head on over to the Dixie Flyer side and talk with Coach Roberts, and here's what he had to say about the matchup. Coach, big game against Pineview tonight here on this Wednesday night. One of the longest rivalries here in Washington County as well. Tell me about this game. Do you feel like it's a bit of a rivalry game with how Pineview has come up this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Coach Pat has them playing extremely well. Obviously, Nash and Shepard have had some really good games, and they have a lot of good guys around him. So looking forward to the rivalry. It's always a rivalry game. Love playing against Pineview, especially just preparing us for a tough region game. And it's always a good one.
I know it's always one game at a time, right? But playoffs are just around the corner, 2 weeks away. How do you feel like you guys are faring right now as you're getting closer and closer to playoffs?
Yeah, good question. We've changed a few things, which has been kind of fun halfway through region play, and so it'll be fun to kind of get to work on those things and try to get things kind of moving the way we want to for the playoff time.
Sure. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And again, that was Coach Roberts talking about his team, about the Dixie Flyers, a little bit about this rivalry as well, as it's the longest standing rivalry in Washington County. You could say Hurricanes been here longer, but you know, size of school definitely matters. Pineview and Dixie, when Pineview was built, it was an immediate rivalry.
Yeah.
And has stuck really hard since.
Yeah, two heritage brands in Region 9, two of the winningest brands in Region 9 basketball over the years. So this has a lot of tradition. It's a tradition-rich rivalry. It goes back years and years, and the community responds when these two teams play, as we see a packed house, Caden, tonight for this game. So this should be an amazing one tonight.
It should definitely be an amazing one as we're getting closer to tip-off here in your Boulevard home game of the week. Pregame show built by Bucks Ace Hardware. Stop by Bucks with their 3 locations across southern Utah for all of your hardware needs. And of course, being that it's wintertime, maybe you've got yourself locked up in the house with the colder weather. Get in that garage and do some projects, right? Start doing those indoor projects right now before the weather starts to warm up. So with that said, as we're inside of our Boulevard home game of the week, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the keys to the game. We're going to get into the starting lineups and so much more here in our Boulevard home game of the week. And also, as a reminder, we have more basketball for you on Friday night and more basketball for you tonight across town with Crimson Cliffs and Desert Hills going on at the moment as well. So thank you for being with us, and we're going to take a quick break. Be back right after this.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that can make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks Ace stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out, with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Everyone loves local sports and, of course, loves ice cream. And the best ice cream on the planet is Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Open late every day of the week with dozens of delicious flavors. So after your favorite team wins, head over to Handel's to celebrate with locations in St. George, Layton, and Woods Cross.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee. Anytime is a good time to sip and smile Scooter's Coffee. Open 7 days a week.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
The Fan Sports Network is your home for local sports. Catch The Drive with Devin Dixon from 7 to 9, and From the Bleachers with Caden Formaster and Mark Musgrave from 4 to 6. Plus, Utah Tech and high school sports live on the radio and streaming on the fansportsnetwork.com. Back inside your Boulevard home game of the week here on the Fan Sports Network. Caden Formaster here with you and Paul Ratliff, as we are getting into our starting lineups. But before we do that, let's check out our keys to the game. Starting off, we'll go with Pineview Panthers. For Pineview, Paul.
Work the ball around. This is going to be trying to get to multiple different players to score. There's plenty of options on the Pineview Panthers from an offensive standpoint. So get open shooters, get the best shot. Also, watch the off-ball movement. Don't want to see the Dixie Flyers get free shooters. They try and free up guys using screens all the time. So try and watch the off-ball movement, and then let shooters shoot. You know, you've got Nash Schroeder, you've got Griffin Shepard, you've got two guys that can absolutely fill it up. And that is the key, Team Diotto keys to the game for the Pineview Panthers.
Absolutely. For the Dixie side, they got to lock Schroeder up and keep that outside shooting at bay. This is a team that's really good at shooting from outside. You know, Shepard, he's going to get it done probably from about 15 feet out. Schroeder and Adam Moore getting it done from 3. But then we'll get to the starting lineup in a little bit. They're going with a little bit of a different starting lineup tonight for the Panthers, so we'll see what that brings to the table. For Dixie, though, just again, get off to a quick start. And the second part of that is also controlling the tempo. Start fast first, get that lead, and then control the lead throughout and control the tempo of this ball game. Those are, again, your Team Diotto Sales keys to the game. Check out Team Diotto Sales on the Boulevard or at teamdiottosales.com.
Man, Caden, I'm just really getting excited thinking about the prospects of this being a shootout. You know, a back-and-forth style run-and-gun game. You've got 3 scores above 14 points on the Flyers. You've got 2 above 15 on the Panthers. I think we're due to see some points scored tonight.
I think we are too. There's a very good chance of that, of seeing a lot of points, a lot of scoring, because these are both teams that can do that, right?
Yeah, high up-tempo teams, also good shooting teams. You look at the field goal percentages for some of the top scorers on the Dixie Flyers, and Kyle Lemke just leading the way at 68% from the field. And, you know, Logan Whitehour, too, a shooter, averaging 58% from the field as well. So 2 guys that can really knock it down, as well as on the other side for the Panthers, we're talking about Nash Schroeder and Griffin Shepard. Griffin Shepard, said it a little earlier, has a 42% three-point make percentage. So some really dead-eye shooters on the court tonight.
Absolutely, some great shooters, and I really hope that's what we see. I love a good game where we get a lot of just that, a lot of good shooting. And, you know, we do have some big guys down low as well, like Kyle Lemke, that can get it done.
That's right. Absolutely. Trevor Conde going to have to play a big role tonight for the Panthers, and Camden Smith in defending Kyle Lemke down in the post, as he is a monster.
Well, let's take a look at that starting lineup here. Adam Moore starting for the Pineview Panthers, number 3. Number 13, Nash Schroeder. Number 20, Griffin Shepard. 24, Jelani Ojegba. And number 50, Camden Smith. Dixie going with the same guys throughout this season. with Damon Myers, Jordan Roberts, Kyle Lemke, Logan Whitehour, and Brecken Robinson.
A little In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins, Caden.
I'm ready for it. I like it. Ready for the drums. Here it comes.
Never gets old.
Never gets old. I love this song, man. This is definitely a top 5 Phil Collins song.
Absolutely.
Right up there with the other 4 are probably all off the Tarzan soundtrack, but
that's right.
Here we go. Ojegba, Lemke, Pineview wearing the black jerseys, Dixie in the white. A little early on the jump there, falls into Dixie's hands. And Roberts will control it, getting it down low to Lemke to start off. He kicks out. Robinson over to Myers, back to Robinson, swinging it around in the hands of Roberts. Gets it down low again to Lemke. Lemke nowhere to go, claps around him. A little fadeaway jumper, that's good for 2.
And Camden Smith on the defensive end for the Panthers. You know, he's a big body. He's a guy that can hang in there down in the low post with Lemke. But as far as the moves and the polish that Lemke has, it's going to be a tough time for him to defend that all night.
Schroeder, a little behind the back move going against Myers. Picks up the dribble, hands off to Shepard. Back over to Schroeder. Schroeder driving inside, dumping it off to Smith, and a travel is the call.
And Camden Smith just got it going a little too fast there. The new Utah Tech Trailblazer football signee, as he signed today, made it official to play for Coach Anderson and the Blazers in the upcoming season.
Yeah, big congrats to him. Roberts splitting the defense, kicks out, 3 on its way, short off the front of the rim. Back up and driving to the basket, getting his own rebound. Yes, it's good for 2.
You can't allow second and third opportunities, second, third chance points to this Dixie Flyer offense. They're just too good offensively to allow them to have second and third cracks at the basket.
A big block, no, it's a foul. Camden Smith hits the deck.
And he hit the deck hard, Caden, but it was a great cut, a little flex cut to the basket by Camden Smith, as we see here on the Holbrook Asphalt replay.
Yeah, he's able to set that pick, dives
then
out to the
come
basket
off
there.
Yeah.
It was a good play, really well orchestrated play. Just needed a little bit more speed there from Smith getting to the basket.
As he does miss the first free throw there.
That foul going against Myers is the first foul of the game. And missed both. Still scoreless for the Panthers.
And that hurts for Pineview, as that was a great play design and setup, and unable to cash in for any points. And back on the defensive end against a highly potent Dixie Flyer offense.
It's down low with Lemke as he goes up strong with it on a hook shot. It's not there, tipped out by Whitehour into the hands of Robinson. Dumps it off to Roberts, and a timeout is called, I believe. No, off the ball. I didn't know if we were hearing timeouts, if we had off the ball foul or what, but it was an off ball foul by
Pineview, correct?
Pineview, yes.
I didn't see the foul either, Caden.
I'm looking up at the clock, and they're saying it was on number 35, but Pineview doesn't have a 35. So your guess is as good as mine. On the drive is Roberts kicking it out, saving it.
Wow.
Lemke picks it up. There's a collision down low. Nothing was called there. Whitehour now takes it baseline and floats it up for 2.
So smooth by Whitehour, just attacks the baseline. It looked like he just pranced to the basket like 2 huge steps and was there.
Quick 3 on the other side. Cache Valley Bank 3-pointer. Adam Moore.
Adam Moore, we saw him on the field dropping dimes for the football team as he dropped one there.
Big defensive stop there by Pineview. Smith bringing in the rebound. And here comes Schroeder. Schroeder taking it over to left. He spins around, and a foul. Again, it's going to go against Myers. And that'll bring in Forsey off the bench.
And Schroeder is just so fast with his first step. He's just eludes defenders with his dribbling and obviously his ball handling, but he is just so quick to get into the lane.
Moore brings in the inbound pass. Ojegba, he'll take the 3, and that's good. Just like that, it's a tied ball game at 6.
Was calling for it and wanted the ball a couple seconds earlier, finally got it and nailed that 3. And just the spacing by Pineview has been elite so far. Spacing out the court, not letting Dixie key on Schroeder and Shepard and other guys responding.
And they're telling them they didn't start the clock correctly, and so that's why we had this little intermission right here. So now the Flyers back in control. Whitehour working it through, down low, now Lemke. Stripped away, here comes more. Panthers have numbers. Schroeder, that's gonna be an offensive foul.
Charge, yeah. Just got going a little too fast. We've seen it with the travel by Camden Smith, and now the charge by Nash Schroeder. Just getting a little too fast, getting a little antsy when you get in the lane.
Here's that steal. And then again on the fast break. Here comes Roberts, trying to dump it down. And Camden Smith getting in there, getting a hand on the ball.
Good effort play by a 280-pound man right there, making a play, diving on the floor. Love to see that effort from Camden Smith.
Roberts will inbound. Gets it into Lemke. Lemke spins, dumps it off to Forsey. Back up top and back down low. Here's Roberts coming off the pick. Takes a step back, puts it up from 17, short. Rebound goes to the Panthers, Schroeder.
Good box out by Camden Smith there on Kyle Lemke to give the Pineview Panthers an opportunity to get that rebound.
Panthers working the ball around. Shepard, he'll pull up from the foul line. No good off the back of the rim. Smith with the offensive board. He goes up strong with it. It's not there. Gets his own rebound. Kicks out to Shepard. And now Jegma and the Panthers reset.
Smart decision there. Take it out. Get a good shot. Fought so hard for this possession, and then it goes off his foot out of bounds.
That lost the handle on it on the dribble. Packed house tonight here in the hangar. You wouldn't expect anything less.
Absolutely. Elite basketball on display from the Flyers all season long, and a tough opponent comes to town. That's quite the combination for a sellout, Cade.
Roberts slips a little in front of the Panther bench. Now Forsey dumps up to Whitehour. Whitehour looking down low, gets it there. Back to Whitehour, and that's where the Flyers are dangerous. And it's a jump ball. It'll be Panther basketball.
And Coach Amico saluting Camden Smith as he's going to leave the floor here for Trevor Condi. But what a work he did down low against Kyle Lemke in that first 4 minutes of this game, Caden.
And he gave it his all indeed. Here comes Shepard, handing it off to Ojegba. So we get it back up top. Now Schroeder looking for the pick from Condi. Pumps from three, doesn't take it. Hands off to Moore. Moore goes baseline, back out. Condi, big man three. It's good.
Splash from the Condor from the outside as we see him enter the score sheet. And what a smooth stroke from the outside for such a big guy. And we got another turnover.
Foul. And Coach Amico's fired up over there as well. And why not? Your team just gained the lead and forced a turnover.
And you're the huge underdog in this game, of course, as Pineview comes in and Dixie undefeated in region play. But Pineview is not playing like it, playing it loose as a goose tonight, Caden. Just making shots, passing the ball around, having fun out there.
And the defense is locked in tonight for the Panthers. Condi hands off to Schroeder. Schroeder has been quiet tonight, nothing from him yet. Shepard on the drive, tries to split the defense, has to pass out. Schmidt, who has just checked into the game, gets it over to Schroeder, drives baseline, off the glass, it's in for two. Nash Schroeder.
Panthers going on a run here, and there's a ball almost out of bounds off the foot of Roberts, but he does save it and makes a long cross-court pass.
Whitehour up top to Robinson, into the corners, Forsey. Forsey forced to drive baseline, has to back it right back out. Here's Roberts with 20 on the shot clock. Has a lane going up shot, blocked by Condi, no, a foul.
I don't know, that was a close one there. I'd love to see if he got the ball at all there. I thought there was not a lot of hand, a lot of ball there, but they call a foul there.
Just missed it on the replay, but unless there was some body contact, the hand had ball, but I think there might have been a little on the body.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
First one's good.
Strong take, though, obviously, by the Flyers, and to trying to assert themselves, throwing it into Lemke, getting him a touch just about every possession they can, and attacking the inside of this Panther defense.
Both of the Fabulous Freddy's free throws are good from Jordan Roberts. Schroeder. As the Panthers swinging it around, Schmidt dumps it back off to Schroeder. Schroeder looking to Shepard. Nash taking it to the left side. Finding Shepard, he takes a three. A little hard, and here come the Flyers.
Just off the back iron, and that kind of extinguished the Pine View run there as Roberts pulls for three, and he'll hit.
Ties this game back up at 11.
And we're seeing some three-point shooting on both ends, Caden, as both teams coming out hot from the outside.
Schmidt bringing it around, back into the corner to Schroeder. Shepard, hands off to Moore. Moore with the pump fake from about 4 feet out. And he can hit that too. And it's Schroeder not there, Whitehour with the rebound.
Pineview falling in love a little bit with the three-point shot. I know they know they're playing a tough team tonight, but I don't think they need to chuck all these threes that they're throwing up, Caden. I think they should try to get inside a little more as Lemke misses a shot. It's tough to get inside on Lemke, I understand, though.
And that was good defense against Lemke, and the foul, a little bit of body contact, and it's going to go against Forsey. He doesn't like the call, but it is the call nevertheless.
As the Flyer faithful, you can hear some kind of trepidation in the crowd a little bit, as they did not expect this from the Panthers, I don't think, as they've come out and hit them in the mouth a little bit. And they're responding as we see Connie take a three and hit.
He hit one before. He hits one now. Trevor Condi, 2 threes. Cache Valley Bank 3-pointers. Roberts bringing it over to Robinson. He wants one of his own. A little too, oh, and a foul down low. Who's it going against? I think this might be going against Condi.
I think it is Condi. They're going to whistle down there, Cade. Looked like a lot of Panthers around Lemke, and they whistled Condi there. As we see Camden Smith check back into the game for Condi.
Yeah, 2 quick fouls there against Trevor. You got to watch out for that, especially against a physical team like Dixie. Missed shot, tipped, and that's the Camden Smith effect right there.
Camden Smith is bothering Lemke down low. It's pretty apparent right now. That big body is posing a problem. He can keep his fatigue out of the equation. This could be a tough matchup for Lemke all night.
Absolutely, right place at the right time. Schmidt will take the corner three. It's a little low off the front of the rim. Shot clock turned off, 30 seconds left to play in the first. Roberts has a lane right to the basket, easy bucket.
As that was just coast to coast, Caden. Pretty textbook, just a lot of speed, right through the burst through the middle of the Dixie Flyer logo at center court, and it was curtains from there as he had it straight to the lane and into the basket.
8 seconds left to go. Panthers working for the last shot here. Still holding on to the lead as Shepard takes the three. Yes! Griffin Shepard.
The shooters are out tonight, like we said in the Team D Auto keys to the game. Shooters shoot, and Griffin Shepard and Nash Schroeder, Trevor Condi, all these guys contributing from the outside early on, Cade.
And with that, that's the end of the first quarter. 17-13 Pineview Panthers lead. More when we come back here on the Fan Sports Network. Stick around.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Hello? Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 200 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now by visiting redrockrealestate.com.
The Panthers worked their way back into it after the Flyers got off to a 6-0 start here in the first quarter of this ball game. And now again, 17-13. Panthers with the lead, and the Flyers will control coming out of the break.
We saw a very back-and-forth game there in the first quarter, and Pineview, I think, had the edge on the scoreboard, and I think from the morale standpoint, as the sideline was jumping throughout that first quarter.
And another foul. This game has kind of been a game of fouls, and personally, this is just my take. Let them play. You know, some of those off-the-ball, hand check
Touch
kind of fouls.
Yeah.
Not a fan of those. I'd rather just let them play on. If it gets egregious and it's really bad, then sure, call it. But nothing has been. There haven't been too many bad ones, as that's a missed shot. Ball on the ground, and offensive board there by Dixie. Roberts working it inside, stolen away by Smith and into the hands of Moore.
I tell you, Caden, I know he started tonight, but Camden Smith has been a stud on the floor as a starter and getting his minutes on the defensive end. Really been a stopper tonight.
Foul line shot there is not good, and Roberts will control it here for Dixie. Bringing it down low, and it's tipped away. A foul instead. No.
We got yet another kind of touchy foul there, but Coach Amico shows his distaste in the call.
And it's any time it's been a loose ball, any of these loose balls, instead of it just being, hey, let them play, and the ball goes out of bounds, it's been a foul call every single time. And Coach Amico's letting the official have it, too. Widehour on the spin move. That's good for 2.
And it looked as if Widehour had a little bit of the arm bar there as he got through, but as we almost had another turnover.
Yeah, and Williams is checked into the ball game. And losing the ball off his own foot is Moore.
Pineview hasn't come out with quite the same offensive efficiency in the second quarter as they did in the first, but got to withstand this Dixie run. It's a game of runs, and the Flyers are one of the best teams in the state at getting points piled up in a fast way.
Widehour kicks it over to Roberts on the kick out to Myers. Robinson, Cash Valley big three-pointer. Bracken Robinson taking the lead for the Flyers.
It was just around the horn, the extra pass. I mean, it started with Lemke to Widehour, outside to Roberts, then to Bracken Robinson for the 3. I mean, that extra pass, there's just so much great precision passing by the Flyers on that possession.
Williams finds the lane in, and he kicks right back out. 3 by Shepard. I think Widehour might have had a little bit of a tip on that one.
The Flyers want to run.
And here he is, losing it out of bounds. That'll be Panther basketball.
Good defensive presence again by Camden Smith, just being in the way, creating a little bit of a presence there instead of just having an easy rundown, track down for that ball and force a turnover.
Devin Williams brings it up. Looked for a cutting Shepard, but the pass wasn't there. He holds on to himself and goes back to Shepard. Look for the pick from Smith. Ojegba getting it down low, tipped away, and holding on to it is Shepard. He goes up for the shot, not there. Rebounded by Lemke, and a reach in by Smith. They're going to get him for that one.
And that was a reach in there by Camden Smith. It was pretty apparent that Lemke had maintained and controlled the rebound and just reached in, grabbing at the ball. Kind of an easy call for the official there.
Here's Roberts to Widehour. Widehour spinning, dumping it off to Lemke. Lemke goes up with it. That's good for 2.
That's one of the first uncontested looks from Lemke from Camden Smith. He didn't really have the defensive presence as he's had on past possessions, and Lemke goes up for the easy 2.
Shepard losing control of it. Ball's tipped. I think it was tipped by the Flyers, and it was. They stay down with the Panthers, and Schmidt checks into the ball game along with Nash Schroeder. Williams and Ojegba head to the bench.
Now Pineview's got their 2 top scorers on the floor right now as the Flyers take the lead from the Panthers. So got to get this lead back if you're the Panthers, as we see Griffin Shepard drive in and turn it over.
Yeah, trying to pass into the pressure as here comes the alley-oop. Kyle Lemke from Bracken Robinson.
And there's a little showtime as the Flyers showing off at the hanger with a big alley-oop play, and that's going to get a timeout. And we're going to see the Flyers on this Holbrook asphalt replay. Did we already play it, Kate?
I tried to grab it, and my replay for some reason is hit or miss, and I apologize for that. we're using a very rudimentary replay system. So sometimes it catches it, sometimes it doesn't. I never know if it does until I try to watch it back. So this time, no, we didn't get to see it, but it was great.
Saw it live.
Yeah, it was great. We saw it live. That was incredible. Play of the game so far. One of those that we're looking forward to is maybe it's our Jimmy John's highlight of the week.
Yeah.
You know?
We've seen Pineview win the Jimmy John's highlight of the week, had the whole team get a catered lunch from Jimmy John's, and definitely a candidate, I'd say, Caden. Anytime an alley-oop's in the equation, it's definitely up there to be the Jimmy John's highlight of the week.
Absolutely. And if, as a reminder, if you're out and about at these ball games and you take a really awesome highlight, and I'm saying it's Region 9. Maybe it's even at your 10-year-old's basketball game. Someone's hitting half-court shots. I don't care what it is. Send them on into us. And if you send us a highlight that we like, we're going to post it on the fan Instagram page. And you also, as the person who submitted it to us, is going to get 5 free Jimmy John's sandwiches. So it's worth your while, and we get a cool highlight out of it.
Absolutely. Win-win situation for both parties.
That's right. Just under 5 to play here in the first half. As Schroeder puts on the brakes, dumps it down low to Smith, kind of losing a handle on it, puts the ball on the ground. Layup not there, rebounded by the Flyers. Here comes Roberts.
This is a little bit of a danger zone for the Panthers as the Flyers have a 5-point lead, and that can balloon to 10 easily if they don't control and lock down the defensive end.
Easy basket by Kyle Lemke.
And Lemke's starting to get into a rhythm here, scored on back-to-back possessions for the Flyers, so he's really starting to understand how Camden Smith is defending him and exploiting the weaknesses in that defense.
Nearly losing it there as Whitehour got a little bit of a hand on it. Backdoor cut by Schroeder. He has to back it back out. Working up against Roberts, spins it towards the baseline, puts up the shot, and one.
Wow. What a play, Nash Schroeder. Showing up and saying this game is, right as I was saying, it was hanging in the balance a little bit. He says, let's stop with that talk, as he nails the shot in the hoop and the harm, getting the free throw here.
The free throw was made. 20-24.
Kind of felt like Pineview needed that play, Caden, as been kind of a little bit of a drought. And
well, they haven't scored this whole quarter, and we're finally under 4 minutes. So through 4 minutes of play, they hadn't scored yet. So that was a big basket. But Roberts with the answer back. Takes it back up to a 7-point lead with that Cache Valley Bank three-pointer.
And Pineview just not getting out. Roberts had a lot of space to shoot that ball, but a lot of focus on Lemke down low.
Schmidt takes a three, and he's off the mark.
Students letting him know, of course, as the air ball chants ring out.
.325 left to go here in the second quarter. 27-20 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. Roberts controls it up on the logo. Swings it over to Whitehour. Back around, and now Forsey. Looking down low, it's Lemke. Lemke finds Whitehour on the cut.
Look. What a look by Kyle Lemke as he just saw the cutter as he was holding the ball high and zinged it to him underneath, and for an easy lay-in and two. And now this lead is ballooned up to 9, like I was saying, and we have another steal.
Here comes a 3-on-2, dumping it off. Here's Robinson, and that's good for 2. And just like that, it's an 11-point lead.
It's right after the and one, right, Caden? It's been
Correct.
The sequence of points right after that. It's been quite the explosion by the Dixie Flyers.
Ojegba takes the 3.
And the Panthers needed that one in a big way as we see the baseball pass to Brecken Robinson.
Works it down low to Lemke. Lemke picked up by Smith and puts it in over him. And that's what you're going to see. Smith can hold his own with his stature, but he just doesn't have the length against Lemke with that hook shot that Lemke started to master.
Yeah, that baby hook that he gets into the middle of the lane and lets go easily and makes about 80% of the time, I feel like, that little baby hook when he gets to his right hand, so lethal.
Whitehour at the fake pass leaves him open for 3.
Man, Cade. This was a 5-point game just about a minute ago, and now it's exploded to a 13-point margin in the blink of an eye, as Dixie just showing how potent they are offensively. And it just comes from a waves of guys.
Absolutely. Udi and Associates timeout here on the Fan Sports Network. We'll take a quick one ourselves. Be back right after these messages.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Coming out of the timeout, brought to you by Udi and Associates. For great service and rates on home, auto, and life insurance, call Luke today, 435-251-9102 for your free quote and see how much you can save. Again, 36-23.
I just feel like Pineview needs to put together what Coach Amico calls a kill. That's 3 consecutive stops, and wondering if they're able to do that, they could get back in this game. But on the other end, they got to score. So let's hope that they can put something together here out of the timeout.
Schroeder getting it into Schmidt. Now down low to Condi, who's checked back in. Remember, he's got 2 fouls on him. So he drops that one in.
And he goes up strong, and they go for the baseball pass.
Well, the Panthers fans aren't happy about the call there.
I think they're calling the 3rd one on Condi.
Yeah, and again, that's exactly right. Another call on Condi.
Coach Amico and Condi himself are beside themselves, wondering what the call was.
Coach Amico picks up a technical foul as well. Oh no, they actually gave it to Camden Smith. Excuse me. I'm not sure what Camden Smith said, but
yeah,
I thought it might have gone against Amico because he was the one that looked like he was talking. I didn't know that Camden Smith said anything. He's talking to Coach and
wondering what's going on here. They're dissecting the technical foul together, wondering what he said. And Coach Amico looks beside himself. He doesn't know what they called it for, but nonetheless, the Flyers at the free throw line, Cade.
Yeah, here's Brecken Robinson. And it's good.
Flyers just such a good shooting team from 3-point range, from 2-point, and the free throw line. Just overall a great shooting team, so it's no surprise that both are nailed there by Robinson.
And I was taking a look over here. The Panther team and Coach Amico talking with this FAR official on the other side. And I'm no lip reader, so I couldn't tell what they were saying, but I will say that I can read emotion. And Coach Amico over there not too happy right now with the amount of fouls being called against his team.
There has been quite a bit. 5 team fouls to 1 this quarter, as the Flyers stacking up the fouls, playing a physical brand of basketball, though, that draws fouls, so kind of makes sense.
Just under a minute left to play here in the first half. Here's Robinson on the drive, splits the defense, dumps it off to Lemke for the basket.
Lemke's just so dangerous because he finds holes where you see the collapse there, where 3 Pineview Panthers collapse on the offensive player, but as we see Nash Schroeder nail a 3.
With only 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock here. Here's Forsey over to Whitehour. Whitehour slowing it down for the Flyers, picked up by Shepard. Brings it up top. Here's Roberts. Over to Robinson. Robinson on the drive. Looking for Lemke. It looked like they were kind of looking for an alley-oop, but I don't know if Lemke was quite ready for it.
As it was a good attempt, but now Pineview's got a chance to get a swing here.
He has to get a shot up. There's nothing there.
Nothing there for Schroeder.
That brings up the halftime score of 40-28. Dixie leading over the Panthers. A big second quarter there for the Flyers. And the Panthers will head to the locker room and just try to regroup and see what they can pull off here in the second half. Coming up, it's the Rally Stop Halftime Show. Stick around with us on the Fan Sports Network. We'll be giving you some score updates from across Region 9 and more. All of that coming up next here on the Fan Sports Network.
Remember when Down East was all scratch and dent furniture, your go-to for dorm rooms, kids' rooms, and first homes? Well, the times have changed and Down East has changed with you. Down East is proud to offer our beautiful collection of high-quality furniture designed to elevate your space and make a statement. From stylish sofas and dining tables to cozy bedroom collections. If you're starting fresh or looking to upgrade, Down East has everything you need to create the home you'll love.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a Bryant Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 11 years of local experience, a staff of over 25 employees, and a 4.9 Google rating. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Red Ledges Dermatology and Med Spa, specializing in general and cosmetic dermatology, treating acne, rashes, warts, and more. They even do cancer screenings and offer a free chemical pill with your first appointment. So if you need dermatology, think Red Ledges Dermatology, located just off Snow Canyon Parkway, St. George.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Relatives coming to visit, not enough room, or maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool. Well, Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Plan your perfect getaway or staycation. Visit St. George, Utah, vacationrentals.com.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Welcome back in, everybody, to the Boulevard Home Game of the Week here on the Fan Sports Network. And we are here inside the Rally Stop halftime show. There's no better place to refuel after the game than Rally Stop. So head on in, refuel on gas, your favorite sodas and snacks. Rally Stop, swing on in today. Let's get to it, Paul. First half. What are your initial thoughts?
Man, I just thought that both teams came out of that first stanza, that first quarter, and played an even game. You know, we saw that Pineview could score, Dixie could score. Both teams were defending really well. And then the second quarter came, Caden, and it was a totally different script and story as Pineview went on an almost 4.5-minute drought, and Dixie started to assert themselves with 3 balls, getting Lemke the ball inside, Whitehour, Roberts, so many guys contributing from the perimeter. So I just thought the first quarter was pretty even basketball game. But we look up at the score here entering the second half, and it's 40-28, and this game is not over by any means, but it's definitely gotten away from the Panthers a little bit.
It really has. You know, again, it's at that point. It's only a 12-point lead if you want to look at it like that, right? 40-28 seems bigger than it is, but we got the Jimmy John's. They're doing a half-court shootout here, but yeah, you know, it's tough. It's a tough thing to come back from right now, and the defense is as potent as it's been for both of these teams.
Yeah, both teams have really been playing great defense, locking each other down, and I've really been watching the battle between Camden Smith and Kyle Lemke. As we saw in the early stages in the first quarter, there was a lot of great defense being played on both ends as the big body of Smith clearly disrupted Lemke a little bit in the first quarter, but it seemed Lemke adapted. He's obviously super polished with his post moves down low, and he started to take control in the second quarter. But in that first quarter, Caden, that matchup between those two was compelling to watch.
Yeah, it definitely was. It was definitely a fun matchup. You know, shout out to Camden Smith for putting in some work as well. I know he's a starter. Normally he's not, but he's starting tonight.
Yeah.
He's been putting in some work.
As for anyone just joining the broadcast, Camden Smith did sign today to Utah Tech. He will be a Blazer, stay at home, help Coach Anderson build the fence around Southern Utah and keep the best prospects in town, as he's going to play tackle, guard, center, one of those positions. He'll probably be kind of a swing, whatever he can play, whatever they can do to get him earliest on the field. They really love his potential, and they think he has a high ceiling.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been a fun player to watch. And, you know, one of the storylines for this game so far has been fouls. We've talked about it, how, you know, there's been a few fouls. We mentioned it kind of early on, and then it became a story later on. Fouls that I wouldn't have called them fouls. The downside for Pineview is they kind of all went against Pineview there in the first half.
Yeah, it did seem as if most of the calls at one point in the second quarter there was 5-1, as 5 fouls for the Pineview Panthers, just 1 for the Flyers. But that you can attribute that to a couple things. The Flyers' style of play, their discipline on the defensive end with their hands. They're just such a well-coached basketball team that some nights they're not going to commit a lot of fouls. In Pineview, of course, I'm not saying they're not a well-coached basketball team. Coach Amico does a great job, but they're just getting a little handsy tonight. I've seen that a couple times. A couple careless reach-ins and certain things that they need to prevent here in the second half.
Absolutely. And you look at the first half stats here. Pineview in that second quarter was held to 11. But Dixie putting up 27 points.
Wow.
That's just too big of a deficit. You know, that you can't be allowing that many points. The first half, it was 17-13 with Pineview 17 to Dixie's 13. And then again, as I mentioned, Dixie with 27. That's tough. That's tough. You can't allow 27 in a quarter. You have to play full 4 quarters of basketball. So Pineview needs to come out of this and just start chipping away at that lead a little bit. It's a 12-point lead. Make it 6 before the fourth quarter.
That's right. Make it manageable before the fourth quarter. Get it, like you say, 6 to 8 points, less than 10, enough to make a couple threes at the beginning of the fourth quarter and be right in it. But right now, sitting 12 away and needing a quick start to the second half, as it could definitely get away if Dixie does come out determined to put on some more scoring.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break. Step aside when we come back. The third quarter, second half of basketball here on the Fan Sports Network. Stick around.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
The Fan Sports Network is your home for local sports. Catch The Drive with Devin Dixon from 7 to 9, and From the Bleachers with Caden Formaster and Mark Musgrave from 4 to 6. Plus, Utah Tech and high school sports live on the radio and streaming on thefansportsnetwork.com.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Thank you for joining us here on our Boulevard Home Game of the Week on the Fan Sports Network. Boulevard Home, making your house a home for 50 years here in southern Utah. Head on over there and get the furniture that you need. With the big game coming up, man, you need that new furniture, maybe a TV. Boulevard Home's your place.
Yeah, absolutely. Love the folks over at Boulevard Home and love the selection over there, Cade.
Absolutely.
So much stuff to look at in that store. It's amazing.
Listen, I bought my mattress from there, and there's, I don't know if there's any other place I'd grab that from. Jerry over there, the mattress guy at Boulevard, is a rock star. So love those guys. Here we go into the third quarter. Starting things off, the Panthers, as they lose it into the hands of the Flyers, and it's taken right back. 2 quick turnovers and a foul as Whitehour taking out the legs of Schroeder, and he's limping a little bit.
And he
looks like
looks a little ginger, probably going to be able to walk that one off, but a little helter-skelter to start the second half here, Caden, as both teams kind of running around, making some ill-advised plays. But
I know we're not even 20 seconds here into the third quarter. Schroeder brings up for the Panthers, hands off to Shepard, and now Jegba. Swinging it around is Schroeder. He's got a mismatch against Lemke here. Matching goes back to the originality. Tipped around, Smith back out. Here's Schroeder, puts on the brakes, works his way in, and is fouled.
Such a crafty move there by Schroeder, and a good pass by Camden Smith to get him zip it over there at the top of the key, and then Nash Schroeder just gets downhill fast. He used a little Euro step there to create the contact and shooting 2.
First one a little hard off the back of the rim. Here's the second of the Fabulous Freddy's free throws. And that one's good.
Like you said at the beginning of the second half, Caden, I think it's just about chipping away as they get a steal here.
That was Roberts. He lost control of it. He's slow to get up on the other side. Big block on that 3.
Sends it into the stands with authority. Whitehour there, as he did not want any of that action coming in his way, and sent it back.
Here it is on the Holbrook asphalt. Replayed into the corner. It goes, and big block by Logan Whitehour.
But a good start for Pineview, weathered the storm a little bit first minute, and down 11. Haven't let up a point yet this half, Cade.
Not yet. Still early. 2 minutes into the, about a minute 10 into the second half of play. There's Shepard with the basket.
But this is how you chip away, as Griffin Shepard gets to his dominant hand, puts up a little floater, and it goes, and good to see them chip away, as Dixie, we know, can explode at any moment.
And on the other side is Roberts.
As he quiets the Pineview faithful with a quick mid-range jumper, and back up to 11.
Handing it off to Moore, swinging it around. It's tipped. Here comes Roberts. Fast break Roberts. One hand all the way to the basket.
And that's the things you got to prevent if you're Pineview. You just can't allow the turnovers and runouts, and Jordan Roberts is just so excellent in the open floor as he just takes that one-handed finger roll all the way to the basket. And now we're up to 13, blink of an eye, and it's 13.
Ojegba working it into Shepard. Shepard spinning, putting it off the back foot. Couple baskets here early for Griffin Shepard.
And that's a scored shot there, as Griffin Shepard made that play happen, but it was the spacing again. I've been really impressed with Pineview spacing, freeing him up to get him that shot.
And a well-worked play to get it down low to Kyle Lemke.
As we see Kyle Lemke just use that drop step to free himself up for the easy layup, and really has been playing at a super high level this season.
Ojegba crosses it up top to Moore. He gets down to Shepard. Shepard loses a handle on it.
He's going for 3 possessions in a row with a score for the Panthers, Shepard was, but to no avail there. Is great defense by the Flyers, and they're going to be content to work it around and find the best shot here.
Roberts takes it back, kicks it out to Whitehour. Whitehour on the drive. Off the glass, good for 2 and 1.
that was a play that could have been stopped, but it just a great player making a great drive. What an aggressive take right down the lane and draws the harm and gets the shot. And man, what an explosion already by Dixie in this offense as they continue to show why they're the best team in the region. At home as well, undefeated here, of course.
Yep. Up the road in Iron County. This one is good, making it 50 points. Up the road, Iron County, Snow Canyon leads over Cedar 25-14 at halftime.
As Owen Mackey, of course, is the star there, but it's been Owen Aloha and Carter Campbell and other contributing players as Pineview gets 2 cracks at a close shot at the basket and not able to get it. Condi had a good look at it.
And there's Whitehour in the corner. Excuse me, our scoreboard is slightly incorrect there. It's 49-33. And now let's make it 51 of that basket.
As Whitehour found a way as he's heating up. As we see Schroeder pull the trigger on a 3 and miss, but Adam Moore with the rebound.
Moore working it inside, floats it up from the foul line, and it's good.
Got the shooter's roll, Caden, as that one was dancing around on the rim for a little bit, but it does drop. And the Pineview Panthers needed that basket in a bad way, as Dixie had gone on a little run there, but Adam Moore cools them off a bit and hits a 2 to make this one 51-35, 3:46 left in the third quarter.
We'll take a quick break. More coming up next on the Fan Sports Network.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee, anytime is a good time to sip and smile Scooter's Coffee. Open 7 days a week.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Dixie gets the ball coming out of the timeout, and Whitehour controls it. 51-35, Dixie leads. Working it down low and in for Kyle Lemke.
Kyle Lemke really asserting his dominance. One of the top scorers in the state as Nash Schroeder pulls the trigger on a long 3.
Offensive rebound by Condi. He looks outside to Moore. Moore works it around. Schmidt, he'll take the 3. A little hard off the back of the rim, but Condi again with the offensive board.
Third chance opportunity for points here.
And does not get it, but nearly there as the full court pass is not on target.
Man, Cade, there must have been a little Crisco on that rim as it just spun around on there forever and rolled out for Condi, but no harm done as Dixie does turn the ball over there and Nash Schroeder brings it up.
And getting it inside, Condi working it against the double team, trying to go underneath the hoop, and there's a foul called.
Man, Condi had nowhere to go there. Kind of Dixie using the baseline as another defender and kind of limited his space, but still able to draw a foul and get the 2 shots. What an incredible play. Individual effort by Trevor Condi.
Free throw is good.
And this is the best way points can come for the Panthers as no clock is moving and they're still getting points, as it's an effective way to chip into a lead when you're down.
And the second one is good. And yeah, as you mentioned, you know, you're getting back to that point where Dixie's still gaining that lead. You got to put a stop to that somewhere, somehow. Free throws are a good way to start doing that. And there's Myers getting his first basket.
And then a force, a steal, and a turnover on the other end of the court.
Hey, those 55 points up there gets you that Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert already here in the third quarter.
Yeah, forecasted it in the pregame. Thought there'd be a lot of points tonight as Lemke pulls the trigger on a 3.
He doesn't take those very often.
Leave him out there that open, though, Caden, for that long.
And
gets everybody thinking.
Especially with this kind of lead, I think Coach Roberts is a little more okay with him taking those shots when they have this kind of a lead. And that basket right there puts it up to a 20-point lead here for the Flyers.
And that's just the frame of Lemke asserting its dominance over Conti, a much smaller, but still tall, but not as big in stature as Lemke, as he bullied his way down to the basket there.
Roberts slows it down as the Flyers swing it around. Myers will go back to Roberts. He looks at Forsey. 1:35 left to go here in the third quarter. Roberts goes down low to Lemke. Lemke's fouled and he'll head to the line.
Seems that the offense in the second half really has become feed number 12 down low, as he is calling for it, establishing post-up position on every possession, waiting for his look, and Flyers guards trying to get him the ball adamantly, it seems. So we see Camden Smith
back in the game, exactly. Lemke here shooting the Fabulous Freddy's free throws. Gets that one to go.
Such an impressive stroke for as big of a guy as he is. A lot of big guys, you see their free throw stroke being a little wacky or a little bit different than a guard, a smaller player, but Kyle Lemke really does have a great stroke.
It's Shepard trying to split through the defense. Lost control of it there. Roberts takes it with the right hand, back left hand. I mean, he's all over the place. Swinging it around, Roberts slows it down again. 15 on the shot clock, under a minute to play. On the drive is Myers. He goes off the glass, offensive foul. Schmidt got in the way.
Good defensive positioning by Schmidt, and here comes an opportunity here. 52.6 seconds left in the third for the Panthers to get this down to less than 20 with a 3 here.
Schroeder coming off the pick from Ojegba against Lemke. Spin move, drops it.
What a pretty move there by Nash Schroeder, and it just seems as if him knifing into the lane is one of their best offensive techniques at this point.
Working it down low, it's Lemke again.
And Dixie's best offensive technique is just handed to number 12, as he is really, really asserting himself as the best, one of the best, if not the best player in the state, and definitely the best player in Region 9 in my opinion.
21 points on the night right now for Lemke. Here's Schroeder up against Myers. Hands it off to Schmidt. He'll take the 3. That looks good. It is good. Cache Valley Bank 3-pointer. At the buzzer off the front of the rim. It's no good. And at the end of the third quarter, Dixie with the big lead over the Panthers now, 60-42. We're going to take a break. When we come back, fourth quarter action here on the Fan Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Panthers head back out onto the court, looking at a deficit of 18 here to start the fourth quarter.
Definitely playing from behind and a big task ahead to make a chip away at this lead, but still an opportunity that presents itself, and Coach Amico, I'm sure, wanting to see some great effort from these fellas in the fourth quarter here.
Robinson hands off to Lemke, swing it around. Now Roberts. Roberts drives inside, dumps it off. Lemke dunks it down. House of jump dunk for Kyle Lemke.
Kyle Lemke really, there's no more words for it. He just really has taken over this game. Made it his game, his statement that he is dominant down low against anybody you put out there, whether that be Camden Smith or Trevor Condon.
Adam Moore puts it a little too far up high on the glass. Roberts swings it over to Robinson. Driving on the baseline, back out to Roberts. He'll take the open three. Not there, but the offensive board goes in favor of the Flyers. Here's Robinson again on the drive.
And that's been a constant theme all night long, is the Flyers' offensive rebounding. The team effort and the grit that they have on the boards offensively to get tip outs and just retain possession and give this such a potent offense just more chances to score. It's a recipe for disaster for most teams that are playing them, because if they get an extra opportunity to score, they're normally going to burn you.
Yeah, exactly. In the timeout here, brought to you by Udy and Associates. Quick timeout taken here early on in the fourth. Take this as an opportunity to thank some of our great sponsors here tonight. Starting off with Handel's Ice Creams. They're open late, 7 days a week. You can stop by for the best ice cream on the planet. Intermountain Sports Performance. There's no off season when it comes to your sports-specific training at Intermountain Sports Performance, with locations from Logan to St. George. And Scooters Coffee. You can start your day at Scooters. Amazing drinks served by amazing people, amazingly fast on State Street in Hurricane. So here we go into the fourth, where Dixie's already got a little bit of the scoring going for him.
And Nash Schroeder is the guy that needs to heat up for the Panthers, as he's got the ball here in the front court.
Schroeder goes up top to Moore. Moore picked up by Forsey. Hands off to Condi. Drives in against Lemke. Spins back.
Ooh, what a move.
Good move, and the foul drawn will send him to the line.
What a display of footwork there by Trevor Condi, as he put Lemke in a spin cycle as he navigated around him. Multiple moves and pivots, and now shooting two.
A little hard on the first one, no good. Free throws brought to you by Fabulous Freddy's. Stop on in, 2 locations, one off Bluff and one off River Road. No good on the second. You know, in a lot of professional games, that's some free Chick-fil-A, but
yeah, it only gets the crowd going when the first one's missed.
Yep, not here tonight.
Another take by Lemke.
Blocked by Ojegba from behind.
That's what it takes, is it takes 3 Panthers and Ojegba with the block, but there was 2 other Panthers in the area as there's going to be a steal.
Lost a handle on it. Here's Robinson against Ojegba, and he kind of lost a footing on him, but Ojegba will pick up a foul. Block brought to you by Dealer Collision.
Second personal, first team foul.
Forsey. Forsey was I was going to say Forsey checked in, but I believe he was already out there.
I think he was as well, as we see Lemke.
There's Lemke down low. Robinson on the kick out, no good, off the front of the rim. And Forsey was out of bounds when he was reaching into Condi's hand and tried to pick his pocket while standing out of bounds. The official, of course, didn't like that for obvious reasons. It's Panther basketball.
The Panthers down 22, need to get a little something going here as they turn it over again.
And going up to Whitehour, and another turnover here. Forsey looked at him and just said, sorry.
This has been a little sloppy basketball out of the gate in this fourth quarter here, as both teams a little bit of a turnover fest that's ensued this quarter, but see if we can see some solid offensive possessions as Condi's got it here.
We got some younger players out there. Devin Williams, one of those as he puts up the shot. No good off the side of the rim, out of bounds. It'll be Panther basketball.
Logan Whitehour saying he was over the back. but not able to get to no avail from the official.
Inbound trying to go to Shepard. He somehow brings it down. Condi bobbles the ball a little bit and a foul. I believe that's from behind. It's going to go against Widehour, if I'm not mistaken, and it does.
Condi's showing his activity down low as he's provided some great minutes, both him and Camden Smith tonight. I know the margin is a little bigger than they'd hope, but both those guys have been playing at a high intensity, good effort level throughout the night, trying to contain Kyle Lemke all they can.
First free throw is good. And that one rolls around out. Roberts brings it down for Dixie, swings it over to Robinson, puts the ball on the deck, takes the open three, it's not there. Rebounded by the Panthers, Schroeder. All the way up court to Condi. Condi puts on the brakes, goes underneath for the reverse.
Great pump fake there by Condi, and even a better pass by Nash Schroeder, looking down the court, the vision down the court to see Condi underneath the basket for the easy lay-in.
Roberts up top. Over to Myers, getting it down low. Works it out to Myers for the open three. No good, rebounded by Shepard. Shepard gets it to Schroeder. Panthers slow it down. Schroeder up against Forsey, and that was a good move by Tyson Forsey as Condi goes in the basket, and they will not count the basket, but they will put him in from the foul. That foul going against Lemke.
As it's been a different tale this quarter, as Dixie the one stacking up the fouls, 3-1 over Pineview currently.
And again, it's just kind of those hand check fouls. Schroeder missing off the front of the rim. Flyers quickly in transition, set it right back up. Robinson on the right side, looking across court now into the hands of Roberts. Kyle Lemke kicks out. Robinson will take that three. Boom.
Nothing but net. And this team is locked in now as they are just finding all the open shooters. I mean, they're just to find the best shot. It was a key that I thought that needed to be for both teams tonight. But the way that they move the ball and just find the open shooter all the time shows you how polished this Dixie offense and Dixie Flyer team is in general.
Timeout taken. We'll take a quick timeout ourselves. 67-45. Flyers lead on the Fan Sports Network.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Everyone loves local sports and, of course, loves ice cream. And the best ice cream on the planet is Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Open late every day of the week with dozens of delicious flavors. So after your favorite team wins, head over to Handel's to celebrate with locations in St. George, Layton, and Woods Cross.
$67-45. And Panthers will control the basketball coming out of the timeout here. 4:16 left to play in this ball game.
In the fourth quarter, Vanderbilt 54, Crimson Wicks 49.
Schroeder brings the ball up for the Panthers. Takes it over to the near side, goes baseline, backs it right back out, spin move, jumper no good. Rebound Myers up court to Robinson. He'll put on the brakes and take the three off the front of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, and it's tipped out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Panthers.
This Dixie Flyers, when they rebound the ball and kick out, even if it's on a tip out, pass out, whatever it may be, when they get their hands on the ball, they're always looking to try to get it out to the perimeter. Something I've noticed throughout the game.
And if you're making those shots, then why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Schroeder in control of it up top, looks for the pick from Shepard. Tried to create some space, gets it to Moore. He'll take the deep three, and that's good.
And we see the baseball pass on the other end as
Forsey.
Wow.
catching the rim.
They cannot be sleeping on Dixie whenever they are ready to inbound the ball because somebody will be going deep.
Schroeder goes into the corner. Condi, he'll take the three. A little long from Trevor Condi. Roberts on the fast break, dumps it off to Lemke. He goes back to Robinson. Get into the corner to Roberts. And there's Lemke for the basket. Timeout taken.
As that was just another huge defensive intensity from the Dixie Flyers, leading the offense on the other end, scoring on multiple possessions there in that last minute.
And with that timeout, again, we want to take this as an opportunity to thank some of our great sponsors for the ball game here tonight. Our main sponsor of the game, Boulevard Home, making your house a home for 50 years here in southern Utah. You know, Paul, as we're here in the timeout, we're getting closer to the end of this ball game. We are getting some subs coming off the bench. Do you think one of them can come in as one of our Jersey Mike subs of the game?
Yeah, I've got my guy in mind, Cade, but I'm gonna save it till the end of the game. But a lot of Jersey Mike subs, potential opportunities. But I got my guy named and numbered, ready to go for the post-game show, Cade.
Very good, very good. Yeah, right now all subs out on the court for the Flyers. Condi with the ball up top, gets it to Ojegba. Crossing court to Moore, he'll take the three, and he's long on that one. Stepped out of bounds as well, so it'll be Flyer basketball with 2:45 left to go in the ballgame.
Yeah, a lot of young bucks getting some time here for the Flyers as this game in hand with 2:43 left, up 71-48, and good time to get some quality reps.
Absolutely. Here's Myers losing a handle on it. It'll be out of bounds against the Panthers, Flyer basketball. And Forsey will head to the bench. So all of the rotation players are now out of the game here for the Flyers. Again, letting some of these younger guys get some minutes. Here's Weber to Myers. Myers spins it around, trying to drive in up against Condi, and the traveling call comes from the official.
I must say, Caden, I would sit on the end of the bench on this Flyer team to get a pair of these Kobe Protros they all have. Pretty slick
Nothing
shoes.
wrong with that. Shepard, he'll take the quick three in the corner. That's short, no good. Rebounded by Carter. Kimball Carter takes it to the left side, hands it off to Davey. Davey goes to Myers, over to Weber. Back to Davey, swinging around. Myers, deep three, no good. Rebounded by Schroeder. Schroeder with 1:50 left on the clock, puts on the brakes, looking to dump it off to Shepard, but Shepard overran it just a little bit.
And it looks like the officials are going to have a conference here. One saw it differently than the other. They are going to reward the ball to Pineview.
And from our angle, I could not tell if someone tipped it or not. The official had a different angle on it, and he said they did. So Panther basketball. Moore takes the inbound. Goes to Ojegba. Ojegba backing it out. Picked up by Carter. Going inside to Shepard. He goes up and underneath. Gets his own rebound. Puts it back in for two.
And that's the scores, too, as we see Coach Amico emptying the bench. Getting some of his younger players out there as well.
Carter bringing it up for the Flyers. 1:30 left to go here in this ball game. Carter lane to the basket. Good for two.
And that was a good looking drive as the lane just parted as he just was able to gallop down the lane for the easy two. Not too much defensive intensity from Pineview there as kind of getting in the later stages of this one.
Williams on the drive, kicks out, three is away. Boom. Owen Evans, Whatcott.
Beautiful form there in the corner, just getting shaken free and finding the open shot. Something that they haven't done enough of tonight, but on that play, plenty of open space for the three.
Myers looking to create some space against Schmidt. Dumps it off, back to Myers. He takes a deep three, and that's good.
Everybody trying to get in the score sheet tonight for the Flyers, as that was a deep three late in the game.
Oh, and Evans caught again.
And there's a response on the other end as we have got dueling threes here.
I love it. No shot clock.
Called for a lot of points tonight, and we got it. 76-56, as that's probably going to be our final, Cade.
Yep, and Coach Roberts looking at Myers, and he says, we're not shooting the ball. Let the clock run out. Let the clock run out, and they do. So the Flyers get the win, 76-56 here in the hangar.
Yeah, what an effort tonight by both teams. Pineview came out in that first quarter and really had some defensive intensity that I hadn't seen against a team that's played Dixie this year. But it slowly started to the Flyers' multifaceted attack. Eventually was too much for the Panthers tonight. But what an effort and what a great game on both ends. And the Flyers emerge and remain undefeated in region play.
Yes, they do. As we mentioned again, 76-56. Undefeated indeed, with only three more dates. And I don't know if the Flyers have any remaining bye weeks or not. I shouldn't say bye weeks, but you know what I mean. Bye game days.
Sure.
How about we say that before we head into the playoffs? But they definitely have a really good shot at working their way through Region 9 undefeated. And again, the final here is 76-56. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hop on with Coach Roberts. In fact, he might be here right now. He's working his way up, so we might just have him hop on immediately. See what happens. Here he is, Coach Roberts. Give him the headset. Let him get set up here. Coach Roberts, congrats on the win.
Thank you. That was a fun one.
It was. Again, it was one of those where first quarter, really a solid game, a little bit back and forth. What changed after that moment to where you were able to take control of this ball game?
Well, they had an extremely good start, again, just like they did at their place. And so credit them on definitely coming prepared and ready to play. We had a bad start again, and we got to figure that out definitely. But we kind of just started slowing down a little bit and trying to get into our offense. That ended up helping us.
What do you think when you see those moments like those alley-oops between Jordan and Kyle?
They're fun. Obviously, I mean, it's fun, the atmosphere, right? Try to get a dunk, especially in high school. Unfortunately, we don't get a lot of them, but they're still fun to have that opportunity to kind of get the crowd going.
And Coach, what would you say about the effort from Kyle Lemke tonight? They threw Condi at him, they threw Camden Smith at him, multiple bodies trying to change up the looks. But in the second half, Kyle Lemke really asserted himself as the best player on the floor tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we just kept throwing the ball to him and just let him kind of go to work. And of course, they ended up kind of double teaming towards the end, so he didn't get as many good looks, but his drop step was really good tonight.
Yeah.
Not only going to the middle, which is what he usually does, he was going baseline, which is a new thing that we're trying to work on, just some counter options. So I was proud of him, and he's tired because we still run the floor with him too. So
absolutely.
But it was a good effort by Kyle tonight.
Final thoughts on this game. Again, it seemed like it was one of those that after that first quarter, the execution, the game plan really started to work and it started to click. Final thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, again, I would credit Pineview for being ready. Coach Pat does a great job preparing them. But for us, I mean, our goal right now is we're working through some little different offenses, a few little different kinks that we put in some stuff. So it was fun for us to get a chance to try to use that tonight and obviously try to get better each game.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach. Thanks for joining us.
Guys.
Congrats on the win.
Thanks so much.
So again, 76-56, the Flyers get the win as we are inside the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show here on the Fan Sports Network. We're going to take a quick minute break. When we come back, let's hand out some of those awards, Paul.
Absolutely.
More coming up next here on the Fan Sports Network.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Welcome back inside the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show here on the Fan Sports Network as we're wrapping things up. And it's time to hand out some of our awards for the night. Let's start with the Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmakers Play of the Game. We going with that alley-oop?
I think we're going with that alley-oop, that house of jump dunk. It was an alley-oop that brought the house to a vivacious level, got the crowd going, and it was just a beautiful skill play as well. So I think we're going to go with that alley-oop, Cade.
I appreciate that one for sure as our winner for the Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. And it included our Findlay Subaru player of the game, which was Kyle Lemke. Again, he has to be player of the game. You had made mention of that with Coach Roberts as well.
Yeah, he was the best player on the floor tonight, was dominating from a rebounding front and a scoring front. Kyle Lemke, easy pick for the player of the game.
And you said you had someone in mind. Who is it for our Jersey Mike's sub of the game?
I'm actually going to go on the losing team tonight. It's going to be Trevor Condi. Made a couple threes, was an energy guy off the bench as Camden Smith took the starting role, but I really thought he played a good game all the way around. So I'm going to go Trevor Condi, Jersey Mike's sub of the game.
I agree with that 100%. Trevor Condi put up a lot of good numbers off the bench. He started, making some threes. I like to see the big man stretch the floor a little bit. That was really, really nice to see. So, yeah, big fan of that as our sub of the game. And I'm going with Logan Whitehour's block as our as the Mountain Land Supply defensive play of the game. Just because, again, it was a moment where Dixie had kind of already had the momentum anyway.
Yeah.
But that just stifled everything that Pineview had going for them at all in the third and into the second half, right? It was just the game ender for me. I know it maybe came 6 minutes before the end of the actual ball game, but still it was the end of the ball game and just kind of a statement piece.
I'm going to agree on all fronts, and we're going to stay in continuity here together with our picks. I think we decided on we didn't have any zigs when the other person zagged or anything.
That's right.
We were in line tonight.
This game was just one of those. Again, we kind of ended it early as well. It's not even 8:30.
Yeah.
We're going to be getting out of here a little early tonight.
Plenty of time to get over to Yogurt Land for that big score dessert,
That's
right, Cade?
Exactly right. Get on over to Yogurt Land and get yourself those first 5 ounces free from Holbrook Asphalt. Again, the final score here, we'll put it up on the screen there for you, 76-56. Dixie gets the win. And with that, that'll wrap things up for us here from the hangar. Dixie High School will be back with you. Our game of the week on Friday, I believe, is going to be Snow Canyon in Dixie. So we'll be back with you for Snow Canyon Dixie at Snow Canyon on Friday night. Get ready for that one right here on the Fan Sports Network. Want to thank everybody for joining us. Thanks Sky for running the camera. Connor back in the studio, I believe. He's back in the studio on the radio side of things. And then, of course, Paul and myself. Have a good night, everybody.